Okay, great. So welcome everyone. I'm Colleen Lynas with CAPP. I'm going to make a few opening remarks and then I'll hand things over to our moderator, Victor Lachance. A note that we're using a webinar in Zoom and it's different than the meeting feature that many of you may be more familiar with. You can see our speakers, but not the other registrants. Victor will explain how you can still engage and ask questions, and we very much want you to be able to do so. Today's event is our second public forum. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you joining for the first time, we're delighted that you're here. Our December event was recorded. You can find it on our website. We also have a YouTube channel with the presentations available separately. We are recording today's presentation and it will be made available to you. CAPP's primary goal is to provide a collective platform for the range of reasons people are concerned and or opposed to the plan. The issues are extensive, as you can see on this slide. Our website issues page provides context to each of these items and links to additional information. I do, however, want to briefly speak to two of these issues as they tie in with the government's main arguments for building the Eastern Ontario Correctional Complex. The first is the failure to demonstrate economic benefits. The government has claimed local economic benefits as the primary selling feature of the proposed facility. These claims contradict the independent academic research, which shows that jails built in small towns suppress economic development. And you will hear from one of those researchers this evening. The government's own stakeholder and community engagement sessions failed to provide evidence of any meaningful economic benefits. We heard at the stakeholder session that the government anticipates most of the positions will be filled by existing staff at the Ottawa Carleton Detention Centre. Both Justin Pichet and local resident Kirk Albert challenged these government claims very effectively at our last event. I would encourage you to go back and listen to both of those presentations. Using our town to expand a failed correctional system. As the mythology of the economic benefits has been broken down, proponents bring up a second point. The facility has to go somewhere. And this is the second big argument the province is pushing. Many of today's speakers will be challenging that argument, addressing how to fix our bail system, disputing the idea that provincial correctional facilities rehabilitate those they incarcerate, and talking about more humane and cost-effective alternatives to prison expansion. With the pandemic still raging and the provincial debt ballooning, now is the critical juncture for the government to make better choices about how to spend scarce public funds. Now is the time for the government to make the meaningful changes required within the correctional system. It is not too late for the government to reverse this decision. So what can you do? What can we do? CAPP has made it easy by hosting an email zap on our website at email your MPP page. It takes less than a minute to fill out, and your letter will go to the politicians who need to hear from you on this issue. We currently sit at 313 letters sent. As that number goes up, so will our target. So please send your letter and then please share the link with your networks. The other actions that people are taking, emailing or calling provincial and local politicians. In addition to the email zap, it is helpful for you to also send your own messaging to these politicians. The provincial government cooked up this decision at Queen's Park without consulting council and our community. Let Steve Clark know how you feel about that, as well as the reasons you are opposed to the plan. This is the provincial government's decision, but our mayor and council do have an obligation to take a clear public position on this matter. In words and deeds, and it pains me to say, in words and deeds, our council has said, without saying, that they are not opposed and are not going to challenge the province's plan in any way. Trying to get the best deal possible is not challenging the province's plan. We have directly asked the mayor and deputy mayor to state their positions publicly. They continue to fail to do so. If you feel as we do that they have an obligation to be clear and transparent, please send that message directly to council while also letting them know why you are opposed. It will let us know where they stand and where we need to put our energy. I also wanted to just quickly thank local resident Lisa Gallant, who has submitted a request for access to records related to site selection for the facility. This is important because the government has claimed it looked at over 100 sites before choosing Kemptville. It has failed to provide those details despite requests from several members of the community. Later in the program, we'll be asking you to respond to a few poll questions to give your feedback on other possible actions that could be taken. Thanks again for being with us tonight, and now over to Victor.